What's good, y'all? We
Yo, yo,
back. You
yo.
feel me? It's a
Back,
Niner
back.
W. We out here. Showtime sticks here. We got Papa J Rock out here.
Hey, room
He out here
service
throwing up the
gang.
W. You already know what it is. We
Yeah.
got a bunch to talk about. We got to talk about Christian McCaffrey, of course,
Yes, sir.
watching that historic game.
Mhm.
Of course, we got to talk about Jimmy G and Kyle Shanahan together as a duo. I got a little bit of credit to give. You feel me? A little bit. But we're going to get, all into that and a little bit deeper. But first, let's start talking about Christian McCaffrey, man. Christian McCaffrey. That man had a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, almost had a fourth. But, that guy, he's the playmaker. And we already knew that his workload was going to be way higher because Debo wasn't going to be playing.
Hey,
And if he had 10 touches when he was only there for 2 days, I can only imagine what was going to happen after just a week.
man.
And sure enough, him and Brandon Ayuk got a chance to show out. And it's
And
exactly what I expected. I literally was expecting that type of performance. Not that, of course. Ain't nobody expect him to pass nothing. But I was expecting him to get plenty usage. Plenty
yo,
usage. So how
and
you feeling about that?
we, you know how I'm feeling. We said the same thing in the last episode. We already knew
Right.
where it was going to go.
Right.
Now we literally giving y'all hot takes, left and right. We just dishing them out. We dishing them out. We got every meal you need. This is real room service because we really dishing out facts. We told y'all what was gonna
All
happen,
facts.
what we needed to do. We told y'all we needed Christian McCaffrey, and we told y'all that he was gonna have that workload. I said it myself that he's a threat in the pass run, everything. I said this. You feel me? Not only did he have 8 receptions for 55 yards, but he also ran 18 times for 94 yards and a touchdown in each one of them. And he threw for a touchdown, like Stick said already. Christian
34
McCaffrey,
yards, though.
Christian
That pass was
McCaffrey is that
beautiful.
guy. Christian
That
McCaffrey
pass
is
was
that guy.
beautiful. Shoot, I
He's
made her
been,
short about that.
like we said, he's been that guy. So he's gonna continue to be that guy for us. I think after this game, he's gonna be able to take over more of the workload. He's not really he's still beginning with us, but I feel like after we let him warm up and get into the stride of things with us after last game and what he just did, it ain't no reason why we shouldn't be giving him the most minutes out of any of our running backs. It ain't no reason. So therefore, I think Christian McCaffrey just made our running game even more deadly because we've already been a running team and we already been deadly, but he just made it so much worse. And let's not forget, because I got to give credit where credit is due. And I know sometimes I say some things about that guy, Jimmy G.
Wait. Before you get to Jimmy G, one last thing about CMC, man. One last thing is that he's a Ram killer. So he belongs on the Niners because that's what we do. We smack the Lambs all the time. Of course, we lost the one that mattered. But this regular season thing right now, we've been smacking them no matter what. No matter what our record is, whether we blowing teams out or whether we getting blown out, we always smacking the Rams. But anyway, I just say all that to say Christian McCaffrey, he just got done a couple weeks ago running all over the Rams. He hit them for over 100 and some all-purpose yards then. So then just a couple weeks later, he right back doing the same exact thing.
Against the same people.
Against the same people.
With
So that's all you know. Like
offensive line, with a better offensive line, and probably a better quarterback. Because I'll say Jimmy G is better than Baker Mayfield by slightly. I'll give Jimmy G the slightly.
I'm gonna give Jimmy G that, bro. Baker, nah, bro. I'm gonna take Jimmy G over Baker any day. I don't know what they was talking about.
I feel like
they tripping.
I feel like their careers are so comparable. It just, but Baker is younger. He didn't sit behind the Tom Brady, so I understand. I understand from
that
Baker.
Didn't help Jimmy. That didn't help Jimmy at all. No. Where do you see Tom Brady at and Jimmy?
Oh, I don't see Tom Brady at all. But I do see. I see flashes.
That's what I'm saying. It went right over his head.
I see flashes. That let's not forget. Look, we so hard on Jimmy G, but he did start off with us with undefeated. He did start off killing with us.
Let's get to Jimmy G then. Let's get to Jimmy G then, man. All right, let's get to Jimmy G.
Okay.
You want to take this one first, or you want me to get this, man?
I'll take it first. Let me take it first.
All right, let's get it.
I already know how you coming because yeah. But fucking freaking Jimmy G, man. Jimmy G, he threw 21 for 25, 235, and 2 touchdowns and no picks. You know, that's like even though stat wise, wait, first of all, 21 for 25 is great. That's just point blank. That's great. He had an 84. He had an 84.
What was his QBR? It was like 152 or something like that.
That's what I'm saying.
It was something super high.
That's what I'm saying. Like Jimmy G had a hell of a game stat wise. He did what he had to do. But 21 for 25 is great. And the 235 is good too. We don't expect Jimmy G to throw for 400 and 4 TDs. We don't expect that. If you can play your part how you did yesterday and not turn the ball over, we're gonna be good. As you can see, we just beat the Rams, and the Rams is the defending Super Bowl champions, and they're not playing good this year. But still, it don't matter. They still got everybody they had except Odell, I guess. But still, like I feel like
Robert Woods.
Yeah, Robert Woods, but
he was injured at the end of the year anyway. So
Jimmy G played his butt off, man, and I gotta give him his props. I gotta give him his props. Got to. What you think?
Okay. Man? All right. Well, you know me, man. I'm gonna have to give him his props too, because as you just said, that stat line was impressive. Now, you know how I feel about his empty stats. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that was yak, but he made some impressive throws. He did. And during the game, if y'all we're gonna have to watch a game live one of these times with y'all, man, just so y'all can see our legit live reactions.
Room service.
I be acting a goddamn fool. But anyway,
every time.
Yeah, I was giving Jimmy his props during the game. I'm in my little text group and everything, with you in there too, J-Rock. Yeah, I know. I gave him his props.
Yeah.
He still just almost threw a pick, just like right to Jalen Ramsey, though. Like it was like right in his hands. It's like, like he Jaquaski tarted that thing almost. And I was like, there goes Jimmy again, but he dropped it. So I can't get on him too bad, but he still got that problem with not seeing people right in front of him. He still got that problem. So, but even if he was to throw that pick, they still wouldn't have won, man. The Rams offense was absolutely just trash. Like they don't have anything but Cooper Kupp. That is all.
Like they literally, I know the Niners are the number 1, number 2 defense in the league, but they literally only ran for 60 yards, and Matthew Stafford didn't have a good game. So, like it was a real smacking. Like we wasn't playing
second half.
We wasn't playing at all. Nick Bosa got his sack, of course, defensive player of the year. We say this every time. He got his sack.
You feel me?
But the real our defense, we always expect them to do what they do. But the real storyline of this game is the 49ers offense. We played great. Jimmy G, we just mentioned him. Ayuk went for 81 yards and a touchdown. Kittle, 39 yards and a touchdown. Only 3 receptions, but like I say all the time, Kittle is gonna do what he do. He gonna block. He gonna catch the ball. He gonna do whatever we need him to do. So that 39 yards and 3 receptions, but 1 touchdown might not sound so spectacular, but it played its part. We only had 31 points. And if Ayuk scored 1, Kittle scored 1, and Christian McCaffrey accounted for 3 of them himself. Offensively wise, we had an amazing game, and I cannot complain. If we could play like this every week, there's not a team that can stop us. I think Jimmy G needs to up his yards some more and make a little bit smarter throws. Even though he went 21 for 25, like you said, he almost threw that pick. And then you brought up Jaquaski Tart. We didn't have to bring that up. Like that was.
I'm just saying, bro. It was literally right in front of him. Like it just be stupid stuff like that. That's all I'm saying.
So that was tough.
But as you see, as the ticker on the bottom, you talked about the offense, and I'm talking about Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
So you talked about all that stuff that happened. I got to give some credit to Kyle Shanahan because his play calling was immaculate that game. Like I have to give him an A+ on his play calling that game.
Yeah.
The creativity was back. I was hoping that he used Christian McCaffrey the way that he did, and he did that and some. Honestly, he did it a little bit too much. At the end of the game, it was up by 17, 2 minutes left. We still pitching this man the ball. Take him out the game, bro. You know he got an injury history. You know this already. Just take him out the game and save it. Put us out of our misery. Like, we didn't have no injuries. Let's be a little bit smarter in them situations. But other than that, Kyle, you did absolutely fantastic.
Hell of a job,
I have to do that because there was times where we normally would run and all of a sudden it's a play action. Or all of a sudden the whole line is moving and then we throw it back to Christian McCaffrey and then we have him in. We just kept giving him the ball in open space where he can be great, where he could be him. And he kept doing it over and over again. He didn't go away from it this time. He actually kept doing what was working. And look at that. We scored over 30 points. This is what our offense can be every week. Our offense can be like this every week, man. It really can. I believe Kyle can make that happen. I really do.
We won't.
I really do, because days like this, man, I know it's in there. I know it's in there. And I remember I said I thought that Sean McVay would come out with a trick play. It was Kyle Shanahan that did it. Maybe he watched the show. Maybe.
Another thing I do think is I really hope that we do come out with the same intensity every weekend and week out. But I do think us just playing the Rams play a part of it. Like I said last podcast, we beat them 7 straight times in the regular season, and they are our division rival. Everybody, the Cardinals, the Rams, and the Seahawks are our division rival, but the Rams for the last couple of years have been them ones. So I don't know if it's that we was
just a rivalry
that made us come with that same intensity, but whatever we had in us yesterday, we need to carry that. We need to carry that with us. It just needs to happen, because if not, then it's gonna be a bumpy ride. We're gonna make it to the playoffs. We're gonna win our division. It's just gonna be bumpy. But if we play like we did yesterday, it's gonna be smooth sailing. I really can't see a lot of teams beating us. I just can't. I especially when it comes down to playoffs, and
once we catch our stride,
it's a wrap.
And that's what the whole team has been talking about. Even just listening to some of their locker room interviews,
it's a wrap.
That's all they've been talking about after they get back from this bye week. Again, thank you, Niners, for sending us to the bye week happy. Thank you, appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, all they're talking about is turning the season around and catching their stride. They're like, okay, we're doing the right things now. Let's just keep it going. Let's catch our stride so we can go into these playoffs right. They feel that they're going to be there in the end. They still feel like they're competing for a Super Bowl. Yeah. Like our record was almost equally as bad last year, but this is the game we won this time. And it turned around on the Rams last year. And why not? Again, now we go into a bye week feeling good. We got 2 weeks to prepare for the Chargers, which we should, because Justin Herbert is that guy still. So somebody we got to prepare for big time. It's another big time quarterback that's coming in here. So, but I believe in our offense. I believe that what Kyle Shanahan just did, I believe is going to be more of it. And it should be.
I believe
it should be, because that's what happened last year. It was Debo happened.
I think with Christian McCaffrey joining us and what he did yesterday opened up the playbook more for Harbaugh, because he has another weapon to where he don't have to put Debo in the backfield every time, or just even as much. You can let Debo play receiver like he really want to, and let Christian McCaffrey take all the snaps for real back in the backfield. And I feel like it opened up the playbook. And Harbaugh, if he can continue, or Shanahan, my fault, not Harbaugh.
Somebody wants Harbaugh.
It's it, man. That was the best coach we done had in a minute. But yeah, we talked about that already. But yeah, so if Shanahan could continue to do what he did yesterday, then the Niners, we gonna be good, man. I'm just used that we got that W, because I hate the freaking Rams.
Feel me? We got one of these out here. You feel me? Where it's at? You see that? See that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My mother-in-law got me this thinger. You feel me? It's super comfortable too, man. Niners, I love y'all, man.
You heard that? You heard what he called his mother-in-law? His mother-in-law. That's some real black love.
Right. Yeah, that's a real thing right there. Y'all want to start talking about stuff like that, we can get into that. But we say that for something different. You feel me? Maybe a playlist.
Yes, sir.
Playlist.
It's coming soon.
A couple of them out there. But yeah, man. Yeah, All right, yeah. I just wanted to tap in, man, just to talk about what we just experienced. That great Christian McCaffrey amazingness, and Kyle Shanahan and them stepping up. I'm really proud of him. I'm really proud of Jimmy, them two as a duo. Of course, I'm happy about our new weapon, and we hoping Debo get back soon. Feel me?
Hey, and before we sign off, the Raiders are trash.
Ha!